Hello there, welcome to the channel, Loving Life on Less. My name is Liz, my husband's name is David, and we talk about all things money saving, frugal living, loving life on that bit less. Today's video is all about the old style ways and simple pleasures that we have that are very often free or cost very little to find joy and contentment in every day. A few weeks back, we did a video of our top 10 things that David and I find the most joyful, relaxing, or pleasurable that cost us nothing and that we really enjoy. When we focus on these things, they bring us happiness and contentment more so than any bought items could do. So sometimes, if you're in the mire of having to save money, look after your money, really cut back, and then you stop for a moment and start focusing on the things around you that you do have and feel grateful for those things, the day does not seem quite so bad. We asked you, what are your old style ways and simple frugal pleasures? And as always, wonderful community, you didn't disappoint. Here are some of the comments and the emails that we received of your simple frugal pleasures. During the first lockdown, Anne Lumsden started to keep a list of wildlife that was passing their window. A deer travelling across the garden early in the morning, and it's a privilege to watch the birds, the blue tits, the robins, the bullfinches, the magpies, and even last year a buzzard. Each year, Anne starts a new list so she can see any old and new wildlife that she can observe from her house. It's a simple, frugal pleasure that brings contentment. A lot of you have said you get great joy from bird watching and animal watching and just studying the wildlife. Happy and Scrappy gets great joys from bird watching, as does Susan Hinchcliffe, who lives in London, so looking at the birds in her garden is a real treat. Deb Ganangi enjoys feeding the birds, and Angela Whitehead's husband enjoys a walk and recording the birds. He managed to record a woodpecker in action a few weeks ago, tapping away, just as nature intended. Carla Herg sees that God provides free music from the birds and the beautiful singing and the gorgeous, colourful tapestries of wild flowers. Watching nature from her cottage window, Jane Eva Boone sees some beautiful creatures, but it also, observing from outside of her window, she notices neighbours and friends passing, and it helps to be neighbourly because she also notices inconsistencies or things that may be a little bit amiss. These days she feels people aren't quite so neighbourly as they used to be, but she likes to carry on doing her bit for the community. Giving and caring and being of service to others, it can bring great contentment and joy to many people. Kate Lease is a member of the University of the Third Age. This is spelled U3A on the internet. And these are local subsidised courses run by people on a whole host of subjects. It's a great educational and social opportunity for people over the age of 50 that are semi or fully retired. It's well worth looking into. The class is held at anything from learning foreign languages, to bowling, to gardening, to cooking, to painting. Where in your area, if there's a U3A class, have a look on the internet and see what you can find out, what they have scheduled. There's a small annual fee and it doesn't cost a lot, just your time and a little bit of effort to participate, study well, and enjoy the classes. Alison Speaker converted an old minivan a few years ago and converted it into a camper van. So she and her husband have relaxing trips, camping, fishing, cooking outside, doing whatever they fancy, packing a picnic and exploring areas together. That's a great way to travel, and you've always got your own accommodation. So that works out very frugal in the long run. Ruth Hewn Homestead knows how to appreciate each day. The other day she was walking and she noticed the land greening up as we head into full spring, and enjoying walks in the garden to check to see what plants are growing, herbs and vegetables. She likes nothing more than sitting on the sofa with a good cup of coffee, watching YouTube, windows wide open, letting the sunshine come in, and having a lovely view of her chickens pecking in the yard. It sounds like bliss. She says the small things in life make her truly happy. In her house, she has a gallery wall of family photographs in the family room, and the top sign above the photographs say, "The best things in life aren't things." And as you get older and wiser, you realise that's very true. Philippa Lincoln enjoys her daily pleasure is a game of Wordle and finds it an absolute treat. She also has a crossword book and likes to do crosswords. It may be old fashioned, but she loves words and it also keeps the brain sharp too. Melissa Syke says, a study showed taking a different route home from your regular one has a positive effect on the brain. New things help avoid depression and exercises to avoid dementia. That's a great thing, isn't it? To keep the brain sharp as we get older, keep learning new things and keep enjoying something that stimulates us and pushes us and challenges us a little bit. Patrine 5 also likes to exercise herself physically. She rides to work every day on her bike 5 days a week. She travels near the coast and through several parks, so it's a beautiful scenic route, and she gets to watch the seasons unfold before her eyes. That's probably a great joy and a lovely cycle to and from work, setting you up for a good day and relaxing you for a good evening. Pam Jones enjoys watching the washing blowing on the washing line in the sunshine, going to bed in clean pajamas and fresh linen, and having a good store of dried fruit in her cupboards. All these very simple, basic little things bring her joy and contentment. Frugal Auntie Aka Miss Peg enjoys taking a nap. She also enjoys staying up late and having some me time because she spends a lot of her days caring for other family members, watching the cardinals in the garden as she does her dishes, and connecting with her loved ones is really important to her. This can be texting her mum or sending a postcard to friends. As Anne Baxter and her husband have got older, they've started to enjoy the simple things so much more, enjoying good things that don't cost a lot over expensive things such as stressful travel. Staying home is a good place to be. We've just recently come back from a trip, and yes, travel is very stressful and tiring. Enjoyable, but there is no place like home. Raylene Clark really loves the sunshine and looking at the stars at night. She also gets much satisfaction in making homemade things. I think we can all agree there that there's the creativity that it takes to make something and the enjoyment of using it or eating it or wearing it afterwards totally surpasses anything that you could possibly purchase. Diane Ford enjoys reminiscing, and she remembers walking home from school with her two boys. It was a long walk, so they made games up as they went, from catching falling leaves from trees, smelling roses as they passed gardens, and also choosing a car colour each and counting the cars as they passed to see who got the most colours with the cars. It's those tender and magical memories that will last in our mind more so than any large purchase or paid for luxuries. Calm Blue Ocean enjoys sketchbooking, drawing with waterproof ink pens and added watercolours because she can get lost in the creativity. Kate Dennis enjoys reading under a blanket with a cup of tea, eating homemade bread and butter, walking in the sunshine in summer, decorating, cross stitch, quilting, a cup of tea with honey before bedtime. So many enjoyable things that cost virtually nothing. And one of her most enjoyable things is kindness. I think we can all agree with that. Connie Lip is another fan of the smell of hung, dried clothes and sheets rather than the use of a clothing dryer. And Kay Fitz is another line drying fan, and she enjoys taking her dog Bear for his daily walk. He enjoys the sniffathon of getting to sniff everything, and Kay Fitz enjoys being serenaded by the wild birds and the scent of the musky towering pines. And she's just seen her first red-winged blackbird of the season. I don't know if we have those in the UK. I'll have to check that out. Pam Tampkin says for a small cost, she buys a year-long season pass to a nearby Lakeside Park. She gets to take food, beverages, and can sit and watch the birds and people fishing, and stay until sunset in the beautiful nature. It's a real tonic. When she comes home, she feels renewed and revived. Being outside in Mother Nature and in the earth and watching the animals and the beautiful plants and the trees and the flowers really does revive and replenish us. It's that magical energy. Mary Beth Smith enjoys sitting on her porch with a rocking chair, a cup of coffee, and a notebook, and she likes to watch the birds and the animals and list them daily. Jackie Gray likes smiling at strangers, because more often than not, it is reciprocated. And both of you are left feeling good after the encounter. Believe, live, love, and laugh enjoys hiking, walking to the beach, going to the rivers, and sitting in the park. Letitia Logan enjoys being at home and appreciates her home and spending time in it. She's worked for it, she's paid for it, and she's looked after it. If you can make your home your favourite place to be, you are absolutely blessed, and everything else is just icing on the cake. Kerry James enjoys praying, good coffee, and walks in the sunshine, crocheting, and most importantly, video calls to her daughter and granddaughter, as socializing is very important to her. Connecting is so important, and very often it doesn't have to cost anything just to connect with somebody. A smile, a kind word, dropping a line, say, hey, how are you? I saw something on the internet this week which I thought was quite interesting and will go with the theme of this little video. It's called What Money Can Buy. It's unknown who is the author, so I can't give any credit, but it really struck a little chord, so I'll impart it with you before I go. What money can buy? A bed, but not sleep. A clock, but not time. A book, but not knowledge. A position, but not respect. Medicine, but not health. Amusements, but not happiness. Acquaintance, but not friendship. Obedience, but not faithfulness. A house, but not a home. What money can buy. Thanks for all your input today towards the Simple Frugal Pleasures video. And of course, thank you for watching. If you like the content of the video, please give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of our videos, please subscribe. And we'll be back again really soon with another money-saving, frugal living video. Until then, we hope you have a truly remarkable day. Bye for now.